What happens to press this?
It won't work. It'll stop.
Well, now we're back. Hey. So, just a reminder, this is not a kids show. Put the babies to bed. All right? Welcome.
Welcome to Loving Kindness Every Day, where you will hear everyday language such as 4-letter, 5-letter, or words that your mother might call profanity. Please be advised.
And we are back. What a summer. I am excited for what God's doing. I'm just going to say that. I had plans. I spent a lot of time trying to execute my plans, and they did not work. Just taken away. Sometimes all you can do is laugh, because it's just like, wow, all right, this is what we're doing now, God, huh? So that's where I'm at, and I hope to encourage you guys just to say, hey, things can look beautiful and perfect from the outside, but you never know what people are going through. So let's just try to be kind to ourselves, give ourselves grace, and be kind to each other while we're at it too. Today's show, we're gonna hear from a guy named Ken that I recorded during our summer break. I'm glad that we're back, and we're just gonna get at it. So this is Ken. He works in logistics. He is a logistics executive at a company that I told him I wouldn't mention. So let's do it.
So I am here. It's sometime in July. I'm with my friend Ken, who I met on Facebook, and we just kind of started having a conversation. He works in logistics. We won't talk about where he works because that doesn't really matter. The conversation that we had, I think, is what matters, which is our behavior, I think, as people. We're gonna have a little chat, and yeah, this is Ken. You want to say hi? Anything?
Hey, hi. Nice to meet everybody. Let's talk about waste.
Ooh, yes.
Yeah.
Let's talk about waste.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you what I see.
Okay.
I see regularly a lot of things that people can use being thrown away. I see bread being thrown away, that people are walking around going into trash cans looking for food. I
That's
see our mailing rooms packed full of just items, and then Ken brought up this interesting idea of, what's it called? Dunnage, which is all of the stuff that we pack our boxes with and what happens to that, and there goes APD on the motorcycle passing us by. And it was just this interesting idea of control and how we can change our behaviors. What do you see, I suppose, as if for what you can tell us a little bit about you as much as you can without giving too much away?
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Thanks for asking me. Waste is going to be a big problem going forward in the supply chain space. And that's not only consumer goods, but it's also, as you mentioned already, food. Right, so food, over half of food is purchased by restaurants is wasted, and it winds up going into landfills or gets thrown out in the trash for homeless people and others to pick up. And it's because of the vast amount of choice that we as consumers require. If you walk into any restaurant, there's probably 100 things on the menu. Yeah. So the restaurant has to keep everything stocked in order to make sure that they're not out. One of the things when you go to Europe and you go to other more developed countries, believe it or not, from a sustainability and green perspective, there's much fewer options on the menu and thus much less waste. So we're a waste kind of culture. From a consumer goods perspective, we buy a lot online. We're an e-commerce driven economy, and it hurts the small businesses who don't get a chance to fulfill the orders and make a decent living themselves because they can't compete with the costs of the larger retailers such as Amazon and Walmart. But then we have a lot of waste in getting those products to people, especially since they want them delivered to their homes, where it's a much more costly delivery than it is to a commercial business. So we have people getting 4 or 5 or 6 boxes a day, which is wasted corrugate, wasted dunnage, as you mentioned earlier, all that needs to be created and disposed of versus having consolidation points or buying stuff directly from local retailers, which is much less wasteful. But we like convenience.
And the local retailers, like, I don't know, are they there? Obviously, like, other than these little mom and pop shops that aren't really there, I don't know, do you have them further north of the city, or?
There's not as many, and they say that only 1 out of 100 businesses makes it to be 5 years old, and that includes restaurants as well as retailers. They are quickly going out of business, and it's funny because as Amazon started as a small business, and then they became a behemoth. But it goes back to our buying environment. Malls are on the way out. No one goes to malls anymore, and it's strictly for convenience. They like it coming to their home. They like coming back from work or wherever they are and seeing 5 boxes. They don't have to carry it. They don't have to work.
It got windy, and we do like convenience. I have to cut this part of the episode just because of the wind. You couldn't hear what Ken said clearly, which was that as consumers, we are now in a consumer cycle where if you don't like it, you don't like the product that you ordered, you just click a button, you return it, somebody comes along and they pick it up and they return it, and we have this whole 360-degree loop. As Ken said, it becomes a waste.
No money changes hands, net, and the product is back with the original distributor. So it's a waste.
So then we have to ask the question of sustainability. What are we doing here?
It's sustainable, like what we're doing?
Well, depends how you look at it. If you're in the supply chain, it's actually a good thing.
Okay.
Because obviously we profit, and all carriers, all modes of transportation profit off of the movement of goods. So I would say we're motivated to drive that culture. However, when you take your suit and tie off and you become a member of the society, it's not smart.
Yeah.
Right? However, we can't talk out of both sides of our mouths because we all like convenience also. We work long days. We don't want to go shopping. We don't want to fight with crowds. It's nice to show up. Plus, there's free shipping options and free return options. So how can it be any easier? So it's almost that we either need to make it more difficult for this supply chain to happen, which will drive people to the stores, to the mom and pops, and less likely to return goods than worrying about the bottom line of a business, which is let's sell as much as we can and we'll pass on the challenges to the next generation.
Yeah, I hear that.
I guess my closing would be, it's important for us all to stop and think about the next generation and the generation after that. We can't be short-minded. Everyone that's alive today will be fine throughout the rest of their life. This is a longer-term process. We have pollution, we have holes in the ozone, we have global warming, we have electrification of automobiles. We'll all be fine. The problem is, as we start to create habits that are long-term detrimental, it will affect the future. So we can't have a short-term view on how things work today. It'll come back to bite our grandkids, and we should really respect that.
That's true.
As our grandparents did for us.
That's true. Do you have any questions for me?
The only question is, I guess I would say, is what do you think about the environment of purchasing and returning, and do you use it personally, now that I told you the problems with it?
So I will be honest with you. I feel torn because sometimes I go out to the store. Like I went out to the store recently just to buy some things. I went out and I got this shirt that I have on. I do like to wear long sleeve shirts in the summer just to block the sun because you kind of have like a little bit of built-in shade on your skin. That's how I feel. Right. So I went to the store to try and buy some sun-proof long sleeve shirts, like the little UV shirts, and maybe I won't tell you the store, but it was like one of those discount stores, and it was like $40 for 2. Where at Amazon, the price was $40 for 5. you know, and even though I don't have the Prime and all of the different things to make it super convenient with the free shipping, it still worked out, like, you know, it's like cheaper. And so if you're looking at the bottom line, which as a consumer, you know, I can't talk out of both sides of my mouth because I'm also in retail, but as a consumer, you know, I'm looking for the lowest price. I'm going to go with the lowest price. As a human, I will answer the question and say I don't feel that what we're doing as humans is sustainable. I don't blame or judge any other humans for their consumer behavior, because I know that working like a 9 to 5 is drudgery, and sometimes it's just exciting to come home and see the things that you bought at the internet, especially when they show up so fast. Oh, I bought that at 1 and it's here at 5. Ooh, excitement. And I get that. It's like an adrenaline rush. It's a dopamine hit, and I get that. I just think that a bit like what you said, we have to think of the long-term consequences of our dopamine hits. You know, like, I think we're all pregnant with purpose in the sense of, like, we're all like pregnant women where you can't just go out and drink and not think about the consequences of what you do. And instead of drinking, it's buying things and being wasteful with things and throwing things away that, like, I literally saw a gentleman that was houseless last night pulling a brand new yoga mat out of the trash can. He pulled out some very nice items and looked like he was about to just make himself a little home. And it's like, you know, people just throw things away. And
disposable society.
You know, I guess I wonder, like, I don't know, is it too bad? But I ask you about the tariffs, and, like, do you think that's going to change people's habits?
Well, there's been tariffs for a very, very long time. They just come into the news now because of the political structure we're in. But there's been tariffs reciprocal for us and many countries for longer than we've been alive. They're just getting exponentially larger. It will change behaviors, but I don't think that they've been cemented in enough that we understand the change. They've been implemented, they've been stopped, they've been implemented, they've been stopped, they've been raised, they've been lowered. So none, and it's a disaster for suppliers. Like, you and I as consumers think, okay, maybe we'll see it on the shelves in the future. A supplier that has, a typical supplier will have 1,000 SKUs or products. Some will have 20, 50, and 100,000 SKUs. They need to change the prices on all of those in their websites and in their stores and in their catalogs. And then 2 weeks later, the price changes again. It is a disaster for the business person to try to keep up with these, and many of them are unable because they don't have the flexibility to do it so quickly. So they absorb the prices, which makes them lose money and less competitive. So although tariffs are supposed to right-size the economy in short term, I think it does more harm unless we lock it in and hold to it and make sure that it's reciprocal, positive and negative for all sides that are engaged.
Yeah.
But that's where tariffs are going to come in.
All right. Well, I'm going to leave it there because I'm respectful of your time, and I appreciate your time thus far. We'll just say goodbye then to everybody.
Thank you for having me, Kindness, and it's been a wonderful experience getting to know you, and I love your passion and what you're trying to do, and hopefully we get to talk in the future.
Yeah,
so thank you.
I'd like that, Ken. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Today and every day, I want to encourage you.
It's something that is universal.
I'd love for you to feel free,
regardless of the lyrics.
as we are on the top of this roof playing music. So here's a random moment from my life to tell you guys that I love you, and good night. Challenge you while you're listening to this jam session. First, remember it's not perfect. There's wind playing, there's cars driving in the background, We might even mess up. But that's not what this moment's about. Really, it's for you. I put this here for you. I want to encourage you just for a moment to choose thoughts that feel good. So I'm going to say some words, I'm going to speak some affirmations, and if you hear one that feels good, stick with it and let it repeat over you all week. I am allowing my current experience and open to experiencing something even better. I am open to new ways of living, loving, and thriving. I am fortunate, perfectly financially successful. My family and friends love me dearly, and I am surrounded by luxurious abundance. I am thankful, and I am releasing all worry. I am feeling calmness within me now. I am the calmness within me now. I naturally feel good about myself. I choose to feel good about myself. These hardships are building my willpower. I have been through hard things before, and this will not stop me. I am grateful that I can create my own fun and special times. I thank God for helping me find joy and abundance. I enjoy every single day. I choose to enjoy every day. I enjoy every single day. I choose to enjoy every day. I enjoy every single day. I choose to enjoy every day. I enjoy every single day. I choose to enjoy every day. I choose to enjoy every day. I choose to enjoy every day.
Atlanta, we love you! Oh, my fingers.
That was a nice little jam.
It was. I like that one a lot.
Peaceful.
That was really super freaking like go to bed now, you guys. You guys, it's time to go to sleep.
That was a lullaby. That was a lullaby.
It was. It really was.
A lullaby ballad, I think.
That's like my favorite kind of shit to play, for real. It really is.
Oh, yeah.
Just like that, like stuff that you could kind of go to sleep. You can read a book. You can be like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm now. I'm here. I'm now. Everything feels good. Everything feels right." You sounded really good.
Oh
Everything
yeah.
sounded great.
Is there any way that you can share that with me? I would love to share it with my girlfriend.
Yes. Yes, there is. There's a really good way.
I figured there was. I just that was my way of asking, I guess.
There's a way. There's a way. That's been on my heart, and I have to do it, so we're gonna do it.
Okay.
Can we say your girlfriend's name?
Oh, my girlfriend's name? Have I not?
Are you allowed to?
Oh yeah, I would love to. Yeah,
Say your name.
Stephanie.
Say what's up,
Stephanie. What's up, Stephanie Rosario? This is for you.
Yeah. Giving you love.
All of my heart pouring out of every note that I just played.
Yeah. Ooh, I love that.
It's for you.
And I haven't met you yet, and this is me asking you to join my band. Please, Stephanie.
We would love to have you to sing with us.
And shout out to Bethany.
And Bethany was awesome.
For like just giving us freaking inspiration. I appreciate you.
And shout out to Justin for his birthday. He turns 27 today on August the 7th.
Yes. And a super big shout out to my beautiful wife, Tiff, which we love.
Oh, again, I can't leave out my kids. Shout out to Isaiah, Noah, Isabella, and Elijah, and Judah.
You have a baby named Judah?
Well, he's not here.
Oh.
He's in heaven. But I do. Yeah.
So here's a shout out to Rua.
Hmm?
Just a big shout out to Rua. We love you, Rua.
Yeah.
And